We're gonna be working on throwing, short throwing, and long throw. So the idea is, let's just say on the outsides, couple things I wanted to address. I don't want any of the center backs to go take a throw in. When you take a center back, take a throw in, now you're leaving our defense with two players. We do not want that. This player needs to be covering this area, and the outside mid should be taking the throw in. One of the center mids should be coming here, and outside forward or one of the forwards should be here. Another forward should be close to here, and a center mid around here, and the opposite side forward should be sliding right around here to create more opportunities. So a couple things that we need to be addressing. Obviously, we usually do, because we don't have an outside mid. Outside mid should be coming this way a little bit. You slide, yep, that's perfect. Okay, so because we don't have an outside back, you need to make sure that you do long throws on the line most of the time, unless you have so much time and space, nobody's around here, and you can do a short throw. In that case, we're going to be working on exactly this one right here is exactly the one that we're going to be working on in a bit. I'm going to show you a video of short throws and long throws, and making sure that the rule is about throw-ins, guys. The ball needs to be going around your head, so you can't be putting the ball on the top of your head and throw the ball, and that's an illegal throw-in. So it needs to be on your neck to all the way around your head. And if you want to go far with your throws, which every team I coach, we usually do throw-in tactics, and I usually pick up 2 or 3 players that can throw the ball 25 to 40 yards. And that's actually a set play. That's like a corner kick. So in this case right here, a long throw would be a good one. They try to flick it. Another forward makes a run. If he gets the ball up here, the rest of the players are going to be running. Obviously, because this is a throw-in and there is no offside in throw-ins, outside forward can make a sudden run and he can be on offside position, but if he gets the ball directly from throw-in, he won't be offside. Like I said, there is no offside in throw-ins. Okay, and then we're going to be going back to the session right here. Let's see. Please pay attention, and if you can't hear me, let me know. Okay, the idea of proper throw and a long throw, you always need to make sure the ball is behind. Make sure it's touching the back of your head, right? And you make a W behind the ball right here. So the idea is, you don't, instead of using your arm, you can stay right there. Instead of using your arm, when you do that, it's always going to be a lob ball. Grab it with your hands, please. So you throw the ball back to me, okay? Right there. Instead of using your arm, when you do that, you see that's like a basketball throw, right? Like it's a lob ball. If you want to use this for any kind of set play, like you want to be able to challenge the defense and go to goal as soon as possible, and to be able to finish the cross, you want to make sure that you use your back instead of your arms, and so that's what's going to touch right now. It's always going to be a lob ball. Grab it with your hands, please. So you throw the ball back to me, okay? Go ahead. So that's not back. So that's all arms though. So what you need to get used to is body. So what is going to give the power, you stretch your back, and it's going to be... So the idea is that you see that you have to stretch your back. It's the same exact movement you do as a header. So if you stretch your back, we're going to go to the next video when they're actually doing it. If you stretch your back properly, and they're going to be doing this exercise is, you do one short throw on the ground to the guy's feet. So usually when you throw the ball, you release it, you see your hands over, you release it, so it's going to bounce before it gets to the player, so it makes it easy for him to control and pass the next ball. And then one high ball, you need to release it on the top of your head. One high, one low. If you want the high one, Rafa, you need to release it on the top of your head. That's a short one. Top of your head, Sham. Alright, listen up. So, one high, one low. One high, one low.
If you want the high one, Rafa, you need to release from the top.
So Hector's is not bad. If you can see Hector's right here. Just watch Hector's. So the Hector should have been stretching his back a little bit more and releasing the ball on the top of his head. So when Hector is releasing this ball,
Release from the top.
let's see if I can slow it down a little bit more for you guys. Okay, so when he releases it right there, see, he's seeing his hands when the ball is released around here. He needs to be releasing it more, stretching his back and top of your head. So when the ball is released, okay, when the ball is released, it gets in an angle like a catapult, and you gotta stretch your back like somebody's pulling, the ball from behind you back. So you need to stretch your back as much as you can to be able to do a proper throw. That's not bad, but you see how it's going lower. What we want is, we want him to throw that ball and he keeps going up and straight to his head size, right? So if you get used to that, this is about right now 20 yards from each other probably, and you need to be able to do more than that, okay? So let's see all these guys doing. So this is the short one, I think. He stretches his back, not enough for my taste, and he's releasing it like a little bit of a volleyball, basketball release. Like I said, still you need to release it close to your head to be able to do it really properly. And you can see, let's see, Shamli, this guy right here, he's not, you see that he's not stretching yet, but now he stretched his back and he released it, not bad. So again, look at Shamli's, that was really good stretch. He stretches back really well, but he released it around here, right there, like in front of his face. If he released it from there, it's gonna have a little bit more up, but it's more, this is a short one, that's supposed to be a long one. Look, that's like a little bit of a basketball throw. So you need to make sure you keep it close to your head when you guys are doing that. And when you do the short one, these are short ones are good, except this is a little bit too much bouncing for my taste, Rafa, but it's not bad. So let's go to normal from the beginning. One short one to the feet so you can pass the ball right away. And see, that's not even going all the way around his head. He needs to put it in the neck. Very good. All right. So proper throw-ins are not people like really stepping on. Believe it or not, even in semi-pro, even college level, referees are still calling illegal throw-ins. So these are really, really important subjects. You guys need to get it down. Okay. So this exercise is about defenders. So the far side will be working on right mid and right back, like right center back and left center back movement. So they work on a quick give and go, a drop more like, and they do a long ball to their forward. Opposite side is working with a 3-back system with its center mid checking it. So this player, when they receive the long ball, the pressure is coming right in front of him, so he needs to touch it away to the side, to the back, so he can drop the ball to the player. This player needs to be running back to be able to receive the drop, and in this case, you can go wide, of course, or you can find the through ball. We're making him find the through ball with involving the center mid. Center mid opens the game to the right back. So now, a lot of you guys, when center mid gets the ball, opposite side never attacks. He just stays back, right? He can. If he sees the space up there, he can, as long as this two is going to slide at the end of the day. So that movement we're going to be working on, and let's see, you guys can see it in the explanation.
This is a session. You can see everybody's far from each other.
So do you see the 3 cones? 3 defenders. And there is 1 cone for this center guy to go back a little bit deeper around here. There's a cone for this player to run outside of. and there's a cone for a center mid, and there's 2 cones up there for give and goes.
These are outside back and outside mid movement. This is a defensive getting out of defense movement. So they do a short pass to each other, a long ball, high ball to this player. When the ball is coming to defense, the pressure also coming towards the defense. So he needs to touch the ball to the side, behind him. And the moment he's doing that, he's going to be running back there. Oh, you're not going to make it because.
By the way, if you see, there is like bags of the players in here, and they were like, can we move the bags? But on purpose, I didn't move the bags because I wanted this guy's touch to be a short, nice one, and then so he can release the ball to the player. He needs to be able to control the ball. He can't lose the control of the ball.
So I see it coming. I'm going to be going like this so I can see one touch past it.
Do you see how Nick moved? Let's see how Nick moved. I was not okay with that because he's not going to make the drop on time, right?
The moment he's doing that, he's going to be running back there.
See, he's not going to make it.
You're not going to make it because. So I see it coming. I'm going to be going like this so I can
Lower
see
body facing so you can see what's happening up there. You can see the players. You do not want to be going like that and not making it on time. You lower body sprints back this way and you face out at the end of it.
Then the center mid is checking in and set up the outside mid or outside back.
So this player outside back gives a long ball and we restart. It's constant turning, and then once we know they got it, we rotate, we switch jobs. As easy as this looks, this is about a 45-50 yard pass, by the way. It looks, short in here. It's not. And these guys are about 10 yards from each other, probably. Like 8 to 10 yards away from each other. This guy, the center mid, is about 10 yards away from him. So every pass needs to be perfect to be able to do this. And they struggle with this. We don't actually have a lot of good examples. They struggle with this a lot.
And on the ground pass, on the ground. Let's see how it works. The idea is though, this is accuracy. This looks easy. It's not though. It's all about accuracy.
You said that,
ball
right?
has to be a long ball over defense to their forward. But the defender in this case is going to be there, catching the ball, making sure that he's not going to move it forward. Any first touch forward, I can step in and steal the ball. Now he tried to tackle me. I'm on the ground. I'm inside the box. Red card.
For some of you guys that did not get that, when a long ball is coming to the player, the forward is going to be running straight towards the ball. So if you touch it forward, the forward can steal the ball and have an immediate attack. So you always want to touch it to the side, a little bit back, so you can cover the ball between player and the ball. You need to put your body.
I can step in and steal the ball. Now he tried to tackle me. I'm on the ground. I'm inside the box. Red card. I'll get a penalty kick. Do you understand? You don't want to set up. Movement is always to the side. Ready? Go. Don't spin it. Don't spin it. One more.
So he's supposed to find this player, and you can see he can't even find that player that easily. And he's a semi-professional player, and he can't find him. It's not that easy of a drill.
Up there. Don't spin it. Hit.
Okay.
Alright guys, this is a session. You can see.
Let's give the other example right now. So now that I explained the drill, you see where everybody is. Let's see if they can do it, right?
You have to be perfectly fine in this guy. Stay in front of the corner. That's better.
Not bad. He touched it. Not bad.
Could be better, but good. One touch. Good.
He touched it. That's the idea, but he needs to find the player's feet, right?
You have to be perfectly fine in this guy. Stay in front of the corner.
All right. Let's see it. So the ball comes. The pressure is coming to him, right? So he touches it to the side.
Could be better, but
Pass it. Bad technique there, but
good. That's it.
right here, He can do 2 touches. He can touch the ball and then pass. That would have been a little bit easier for him to do. And then obviously instead of reaching, he could have run. Rafa became a little lazy there. He could have kept going and passed the ball when he gets in a better body position to be able to pass that ball. Let's see this one now.
Good. Oh.
You see the problem there? He got mad at himself, which I like that, Ajit. Like, because when the ball is coming, long ball is coming, the pressure is coming straight to that player, right? So when the ball is, visualize this cone to be the forward running at the defender. So when a ball is coming from here, he sees that ball is running towards this guy. So he's going to be running towards him. So if he touches it forward like he did there, he just lost the ball. So he knows, but he's trying to fix it there. And I didn't yell at him because he knew himself that that was not the right touch. He touches it, that's better, right? And no, a nice pass. That wasn't great. Long ball. Let's see. Touched it. Better pass.
Like this. Cut over that zone. Cut over the ball. You like it when you get used to that stuff.
It's all about accuracy.
Almost. Yeah. Find it. That's good. In front of it. Good. 1 second. I like this movement. That's it.
That's it. Better, right? See, that's straight to the player, but he fixed it. So that's Gilberto's technique there, and the goalie's technique. Nick's technique is bad, obviously. Now I want you guys to watch this. We're going to be going a couple of the technical issues.
Like this.
See that? The second touch is good there, but first touch, reaching out with toe down. If the ball is coming, hard, it's going to be really hard. Keep your foot on the ground. Your heel is your balance. So I think right around here, let's see. That was a bad touch. But look at this. Look at that technique. Well, what is that a shot? The toe down is making the ball uncomfortable. So like you see that right there again. Ball is coming. Let's see if we can slow it down a little bit more. Watch this. A lot of you guys do this technique, unfortunately. Look, this is a decent technique to a point, but when you have your toes down, it's going to cause a lot of problems for you in the long term. When you keep your heel on the ground, you're going to be more consistent about your passes, because that will be your balance. So this is awkward. When you see this, look, this is so awkward. You're over the ball, and the ball is moving so awkwardly. So that touch, not my favorite, but the pass is not bad. You keep his heel closer to the ground, and that's not bad either. All right, keeping your foot closer to the ground is the best thing you can do in that situation. So let's go a little bit further. Backspin is there. I like that he's opening his shoulder, but he didn't really find the target, right? He can do a better job with that. When the ball is coming right here, he needs to touch the ball toe up, over the ball with his toe up, back behind his right shoulder this way. This way. But unfortunately, he didn't touch it, so he ended up he still got the ball good. That's a good pass right there, keeping his heel on the ground. Another technical issue with Nick there. We pass. This looks like an easy drill, guys, but making that pass perfectly every single time is not that easy. So keep watching this. He passes one touch, keep his heel on the ground as much as you can. That's another player who struggles with this technique. That ball is, look, Shamli got under the ball with his toes. That made a decent ball coming at him bounce even more to the player. So when you get your toes under the ball, that's what's going to happen. That's why I say heel on the ground and toe is up over the ball. Backspin. He reads the play. That's one of the hardest things for defenders, to read the play and touch it away. Now he brought it back to the player, but he fixed it right away to change the direction to the opposite side. This is really hard to deal with though, because if the forward is coming full speed, Ajit, you have to turn around to run after that ball. He's coming full speed to you though. He would have stole the ball from you. So your first touch is really critical. And he went too far. And that's why I put those bags in there. I didn't even move them because I wanted you to see you need to keep that ball close to you. Let's see if there's a technical problem with Nicky again. Better, I guess. Better. That's a push. Not a great technique there, Gilberto. That's not bad. All right, let's go back to original speed and watch this drill and visualize you guys doing it. Let's go from the beginning. Touch, touch. You can see some of the technical problems, the ball bouncing weird, right? See, that's a bad pass too. Backspin is not bad.
Come on, pull up, over it. Like this. Cut over that throw, cut over the ball. You like it when you get used to that stuff. Touch it, pull up. One more, yeah, find it. That's good, in front of him, good. One second. I like this movement, that's it, good. Hard and fast over up. Very fast. Very fast. Touch.
Well, Gilberto knows he didn't do a good technique there. He got mad at himself, which I like. All right, so guys, this looks easy. It's not. I want to make sure you guys understand that the movement is critical for you guys to deal with this as best of your ability. But like, once you get it down, I want you guys to rotate. And that's what we did with these guys. Obviously, we don't have time to go over every rotation, but some players did better than others with this first touch right here. Ajit is a defender, so I wanted you guys to see that. Okay, so this one is the same setup. We're using the same cone setup, but we are going to be working on, let's just say we got the ball, and this time the pressure is coming from a different way. We see the center mid wide open, so why don't we just pass the center mid right away, from a long pass, and then we're gonna drop it, and then we're gonna go open the game one side, and then we assume that Shamli on the right back doesn't see an option. The other team is covering this side up very well, so Shamli is gonna open the game over all the forwards to his left side. But we struggle with the backspin pass with this. A lot of them struggle with this pass. It looks easy, but it's not. So pay attention to this drill right here.
So it's really complicated getting out of defense. We're going to do the same exact ball, but this time the player sees the center mid, and the forward is coming, but there's nobody on you. So you're going to try to find a one-touch head, or one-time more back to him. Yes, you're going to read it back there. Very good. You're going to one-touch back to him. And you're going to pass the one touch to you, but here's the complicated part now. We're going to do one time over back to Ajit again. Ajit is going to do a long backspin pass to the right, Rafa, over Nick. So
this player right here on the right side, when he gets the ball, we open the game one side to another, right? But Shamli does not see an option there. There's too many people, so he wants to open it back to Ajit again. But to be able to do that, you're going to visualize there's a forward where I am, there's a forward in between, so you need to be able to clear over both of us to be able to pass the ball to the other side. And then Ajit is going to make a long ball to his right forward, which is Rafa. So there's a lot of opening the game. When you rotate, you're doing a lot of different jobs with this. It's a complicated one, but you have to have the right technique. You have to be perfect. Now, this is a hard drill because this is as high level as you can get when it comes to accuracy. Because it's not fun drill like you guys go to, the futsal training and do 40,000 cones on the ground and do the tick, 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 tick. This is functional. This is something you're going to use in the game. And you're not going to beat every single player every single time, but you need to be able to move the ball faster than yourself. So you got to be smart. As we teach moves too, we also need to be teaching this kind of stuff. Even though it might be boring, it is critical that you learn how to do this. Because anywhere in the field, you might be able to do this. If any player, right back, left back, center defensive mid, if they can do a long ball like that to open the game and give the relief from the pressure you're receiving, you're going to change the game for your team and for yourself.
It's hard. This is like open the game from one side to another. We're going to have a couple combinations like this. You guys are doing the exact same thing. You're not changing anything.
These guys are not going to change anything up there.
One time, back, one, control, over. He's running wide now. And over, head tilt. You control that and over with a long ball. So there's two long high.
He needs to clear it over the original defensive mid to see if it's going to work. Let's see one quick example.
One touch.
Look at a bad pass. That was a bad pass from the player. So we didn't give a good example right away. Look, they're struggling. So that's okay. They're struggling. Let's see this example.
That's it. One touch. Good. One touch. Good. One touch. Good. Control first. Long one man. High.
Do you see how low it is? Hector, if he was a forward, he could have easily touched that. Correct? Watch this. So I want you guys to see the technical problem in here. And I'm going to be addressing it in a slow motion.
Control first. Long one man.
Look at how close he is to the ball, number one. Two, look at his toes. He's not getting under the ball, and to be able to get that ball with a backspin, you need to keep your toes up at this time. Okay, like you go center of the ball, you hit the ball in the bottom of it, and then you lock your ankle and keep it up so you can give some backspin clear over the player. So there is technical problems. Control so close to the ball, it makes it pretty hard to lift the ball up. Any good header, number 9 could have got that, and it's an immediate attack on us. So it's dangerous ball. That's why if you're gonna open the game, because you don't see an option here, it needs to be way clear over to be able to see that. So you gotta get used to that technique.
And one more.
Is that high enough? No. You see that? Nick could have got that too. So you're trying to beat Nick in this, and you're trying to beat over Hector in this. So you need to make sure that you do that perfectly. It's a good exercise for you guys. Let's go from the beginning. A long ball comes. He has to head the ball down to his center mid back to center back right back. Right back sees that he opens it, controls. He sees the right forward. He goes to right forward. Accuracy is good. So Shamli and Ajit, accuracy is good. It's just not high enough to beat the center mids. I don't know how many times we see this, like you guys give a pass, but the defense heads the ball because we're not actually clearing it over. Let's see the next one.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Watch this.
You're visualizing you got the ball and there's forwards coming in between and you want to open the game to the opposite side. So it needs to be high enough to get under the ball to go there. It needs to be high enough that Nick cannot even touch it with his hands. So you really got to back up for that one. It needs to be a high back ball. Ready? Go!
Let's see.
Good ball. One touch. Good.
Good.
One touch. Good. One touch. Good. Control first. And over. Higher. Control. Not bad.
That's better, except
Forward.
you know, Rafa didn't go after that. So
Good. One tap.
all right, this is good stuff right here until this moment, right? So now look at how close he is to the ball.
And over.
He's literally in front of the black. He's standing over the ball. This makes it really tough for any player to be able to do a long ball and getting under it. So you need space. You understand? So I'm going to explain that to you guys a proper way. I want you to watch me, and we're going to do a slow motion of this too. I'm going to do it because they can't.
I set myself up. I'm gonna do it this way. So I need to make sure that I can.
And I asked, by the way, Hector to, even with his arms, try to grab that. Because I need to be able to clear it for like a forward that can jump so high, plus another forward behind him even. So it needs to be high enough that I need to beat even his arms.
And you need to go wider, by the way. It needs to be a wide ball. It's open again. So I need to, when I stretch my body early.
Look at how far I am from the ball.
Get under the
Look at my technique. I look at my target, then I look at the ball.
ball enough that he won't be able to touch it. That ball is harder to touch, right? And it's more backspin to it. It's easier to control instead of like a really weak ball. So you need to give some power behind it. I gotta stretch and.
Do you see my toe up at the end? Now let's watch this little slow motion.
Ball.
I'm stretching my body early and toe up. Do you see that toe up? Center of the ball. Center of the ball. I'm giving backspin clear over the defender. Let's slow it down a little bit more. Watch, I stretch my body. I hit it, toe up at the end. My heel hits the ground after the hit. And I'm way clear over the player. Okay, let's go back to normal speed. The second ball from here is going to be a longer ball, right?
Idea, but because Nick is further, you need to go under the ball a little bit more right there, right? So I'm gonna need to go like that to be able to pass to my plan. It needs to be a perfect ball every single day, right? So I'm gonna need to go like that to be able to pass to my plan.
All right, watch. Let's watch this again right here.
Right there, right.
So look at how early I'm start stretching my body to be able to get under the ball. A step and backspin toe up at the end, so it's way clear. Nick has no chance to touch that ball, and that's how it's supposed to look like. Let's go back to this with normal speed. I want you guys to, hopefully you're taking some notes too.
It needs to be a wide ball. It's open again. So I need to, when I stretch my body early, I need to make sure that I can get under the ball enough that he won't be able to touch it. That ball is harder to touch, right? And it's more backspin to it. It's easier to control instead of like a really weak ball. So you need to give some power behind it. I gotta stretch and good ball, right? That's the open again. So the same idea, but because
Let me see, there's a question, I think. I just want to be away from the ball when I'm doing it, but your planting foot can be close to the ball, not too close, but close to the ball. That's fine. You just need to start stretching your body early. That's all I'm saying.
Take it further. You need to go under the ball a little bit more right there, right? So I'm gonna need to go like that.
Look at that.
To be able to pass
Right to the player. And you see me do this in practices to you guys all the time. So let's see it in a slower motion. Toe up at the end. You see that? That's gonna make it backspin and perfect to the player. Do you see that? So let's watch it fast again. Keep paying attention to it.
So I need to make sure that I clear, and you need to go wider, by the way.
Let's go a little bit
so I need to,
further.
when I stretch my body early, I need to make sure that I can
Look at how far I am.
enough that he won't be able to touch it.
That was good, but not the best one. I think the second one is better, and the third one is the best one.
It's easier to control instead of like a really weak ball. So you need to give some power behind it. I gotta stretch and good ball. Right? That's the opening again.
Clear it over.
Same idea, but because Nick is further, you need to go under the ball a little bit more right there, right? So I'm gonna need to go like that.
Look at that. All right. So let's rewind back to what they did. You saw what I did, and I want you guys to see how far I was from the ball and how my toes were facing after I get under the ball. Obviously, your toes are down when you're getting under the ball, but last second, after you hit it, you gotta lock your ankle and your toe is up, right? By the way, this is great. The second one is better. Like right there, when you hit the ball, you want to bring it down for the player so he can pass the ball. Ajit kind of kept his chin up, so that made it hard to control. Second one he does is much better than this. This control, Gilberto. Too close. You see his technique? Look at that. Awkward, right? He's so close to the ball.
So stop. That's it. One touch. Good. One touch. Good. One touch. Good. Control first. Long one now. Higher.
He's stretching not bad, but like, you know, still not getting under the ball enough, right? I'm gonna ask any questions about this, guys, before we do a couple goalie drills. Actually one, but we're gonna give 2 examples. Any questions about this? 2 different drills with the defense of getting out of defense. The first one is a little bit simpler. Second one is a lot harder. And they're all available on our YouTube page, by the way, if you want to go back. But I would really like some comments right here or questions. Let me see if I missed anything. Like, depends, Hector. Hector is asking, do you prefer a direct ball to feet when receiving a ball? Like, if you're talking about like when a long ball comes, if you can make the long ball directly to feet, that's the ideal. But if you're talking about a long ball coming and then the defender is heading the ball down, you want to probably make it bounce before it gets to the player, because that's a bouncing ball. So you kind of kill the bounce by the time it gets to you. So head it down. I wouldn't go straight to the feet. I think it's better to let it bounce a couple times. So put it down with that. But if you're gonna do a long ball, obviously right to the feet is the ideal. Well, it's like you can't do this with your opposite foot, TJ. TJ is asking, does it matter right for a left foot touch as a center mid in the second drill? Well, doesn't matter. But you just need to be able to give the pass right. It's not that big of an importance there, because you're dropping it back. You're not opening the game. Long ball backspin is important. Madison is asking, do we always have to do backspin? No, you don't. Long ball backspin is good because you can clear it over the players and it's going to slow down for the forward. So it's not going to go straight to keeper, or it's not going to go straight to out. Once it gets the power going over defense, it's going to slow down. So that's the perfect ball for forwards to go after. Backspin passes, it takes a long time to get used to it. That's why you need to kind of get used to that. The backspin, hit it as hard as you can too. Don't try to be nice about it. Once you get the technique down, it's critical. But you can watch these videos. Now you know how to slow it down and keep looking at the videos. My example there is there. You guys can use that. It depends on the situation, Hector. Hector is asking, when do you pass it over the forward? And when you pass it over the forward, do you prefer it to be forward, or does it depend on the situation? Depends on the situation. I mean, how much space does the forward have in front of him? Obviously, you can land it in front of the guy 10, 15 yards if he has space. But if he doesn't have space, he's too close to the goal and goalie can come out, it needs to be maybe a little bit over him and landing maybe 4 yards behind him. Yeah, the midfield definitely needs to be on his toes to be able to do that pass and movement. Did we have a good example there? I don't remember.
Neither of those beating the players in the... That's it. One second.
So this is a little too high,
Good.
but good first touch from Hector.
Long one.
Look at how close he is. Failed.
And long one.
Accuracy, both of accuracies are great, by the way, but not high enough.
So, stop.
Okay. All right, guys. So let's see the goalkeeper drill real quick. Oh, let's see if there's another. How many reps and how many times does it take for a player to master a technique like this and get rid of the bad technique, like toes down while passing or getting used to a new? Many times. Repetition, 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 right? Like a lot of the top level coaches say, you know, they do like 6,000 touches for any shot to be perfect. How many times have you take a shot like that? And same exact shot 6,000 times. Obviously you can't do it in one day, right? Otherwise you won't be able to walk the next day. But you can make a plan. You can say 200 shots a day of this shot, 200 shots a day to other one, and you keep working on that. So you guys always, like, the problem with, like, especially this whole YouTube, unfortunately we're using YouTube too, but I'm more putting functional stuff. When you see all these drills, that tricky drills, and I can do those. You saw that I love doing that kind of stuff, but these are the functional stuff. You're going to use it in the game. So yes, you can beat a guy and nutmeg the guy once, twice, great. But if you can't give the next ball when you see the player, you know, and this could be over defense, this could be mending it around the player, this could be a one-time pass. You need to be able to get used to these, because in pro level and the next level, it's all about moving the ball like faster than yourselves. So the ball needs to be moving faster than you. You trying to be faster than the ball, you're just gonna end up playing, you know, Sunday soccer. You know, you're gonna be that fast guy that sometimes the ball ends up behind him and he's just too fast for the ball. And you want to be making sure that you always understand the ball has to be faster than you. So many times. Alex Ferguson, I think, is one of the ones that said 6,000, but I'm not 100% sure on that. All right, so this is a good drill. I like the workout. I think even the field players should be doing this one. It's a good workout. Gilberto, our goalie trainer, one of them, Regis is one of them, and Gilberto joined us as a coach and as a goalie trainer too. So this is a good drill. It starts from the butt, and then you're on your knees, and then you're standing up, all diving techniques, and getting used to that from 3 different angles. And I really like that workout. And he's keep moving forward. If you can't hear him, I just said that, but let's listen to him. I like this one.
Working on 3 different exercises for warming up right before a game, or just developing side-to-side techniques. So first we're gonna start with on the ground. We're gonna progress after that with on the knees. After that, standing, and then we'll be working on side to side. What we're focusing on here is side to side movement, along with forward movement, so keepers can develop the habit of attacking the ball instead of just staying on the line, just going side to side. All right, ready? Left side, go. Okay, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. On your knees. Ready? Step forward, yeah. Back. Forward. Back. Forward. Good. 2. Back. Good. 3. Forward. Yeah. Up. Good. Forward. 5. Good. Yeah. Good. 6. Come on. 7. Good. 8. Yeah. 9. Up. Good. 10. Good. On your legs. On your feet. On your feet. Up. Ready? Looking forward. There you go. 1. Attack the ball. Attack the ball. Attack the ball. There you go. Yes, really good reach. Good reach. Ball. Yeah. Good. Up. Good. Yes, ball. One more. Yes, beautiful.
So if you see that it's constantly moving forward, from what I can tell, Gilberto, you stop at 5 in this one, but I'm guessing that it's 10 each. I'm guessing. Just correct me if I'm wrong. So 10 on the knees, 10 on the you know, the next one, and then 10 on your feet. So this is a good drill, and you saw the speed of Nick. Is getting better at it, but he's getting up. Do you see he's using one hand? He's a little bit slower, and the intensity of Gilberto now, he does it a little bit different. I like the intensity of Gilberto. Nick, you can easily catch up to his. I think you're capable of doing it.
Playing through it.
His intensity, he's moving quicker, he's sliding quicker, and he's behind the ball. He's always falling to his side. All right. Now I want to point out something. Like Nick slowed himself down, counting on his hands to move, and I'm realizing Gilberto has a natural instinct to move his legs without using his hand to get up to the other side. You see that? His elbow a little bit, but his legs and his butt, his elbow is doing most of the work.
Nice.
He's going like other side, elbow, little push.
There you go.
It's a workout for sure, guys. He went a little too far with that one, but you get the point. And now I want you to guys go back. And you see like he's using his hand after his elbow now is like slowing down.
8, 9, next one, on your knees. Ready? Step forward, yeah. Back, forward, back, forward, good. 2.
Yeah, it's definitely a good session, but I wanted to point out what I saw from outside. So, any questions about that goalie training? Any questions about that goalie? It's a good workout. It's posted in YouTube already. We had a shooting drill, requires the defender to kind of defend. So I'm going to explain the drill to you guys, but I saw a lot of defensive problems with this. So I was correcting the defenders. There's 2 videos. If you guys play outside mid, D mid or defender, and even forward, you need to learn how to do the body language right and how you move back and give the player always outside. Don't move in the center. Now, please pay attention to this. This is a good one.
If I'm in the center of him, yes, this is bad, right? Because now, this is harder to respond. What do I do different? I'm in the center of him. What do I give?
Back foot.
I give him what? I give him only one side to defend. Now I'm backing up.
Look at the low sideways. So if the player goes, you're going to be able to catch up with the player. Now, do you realize I'm moving towards the goal? I'm letting him see a shot because I know when he's going to shoot. I'm watching him, right? So I can step to this shot anytime I want. And even if he does fake me, I'm really deep. So if he does fake me, I'm still there. So I'm not going to get beat that easily.
Now I'm backing up like this. So when I see the shot coming, I'm going to move in. That also gives the goalie better angle. All he has to do is front post because I'm covering his back post. Do you understand? Because if I get beat easy to the center, not much a keeper can do in the center. If this guy is good, find the corners, not much a keeper can do.
So you always give him outside. So that makes the keeper close the front post and you are covering the angle to the center so he doesn't see the back post. So the keeper just needs to make a good save in the front post. That's it. And most of the time you will need to block that. But even if you can't get to the ball, you're minimizing what the goalie should be saving. Do you understand? So this is the second one is about the body language. And I want you to watch. Last couple weeks ago we did a session and I warned Shamli, even though he's a 6'4" amazing defender, he has some issues with the
I got the
technique.
ball back. I control, I'm moving to the side. No, see.
Look at this.
Moving to the side. No, see.
Look at it. Number one, how close he is to me. I'm in the center. Look at it. That's his left foot is in the same line with the ball. So if I do a quick fake this way and I'm going to the other side, I'm gonna beat him. And the only way he can catch up with me is gonna have to hold me. He's gonna grab me. That's it. Okay. So you need to make sure that you get in a better position. And he's facing me, both shoulders. He doesn't realize it. His back foot needs to be moving this way more so he can move backwards quicker. Because remember this, if I beat him this way or that way, you should be able to run with me right away. And right now, his body is facing me. So he has to turn around to run.
Do you see it? Do you see the problem? Do you see it as different? Are you sure you see it?
Cúbreme más.
I see it wide open. I see all posted.
Straight on.
He's like this. Where does this work? This is any guy who's as fast as him or faster than him, he can beat you anytime. If you're like that. So what are you different than you? Watch, this is what you're doing. So you first started like this. I say turn, so you did this. Is this good? No. This. No. What is different now? So if you beat me with a move, I'm moving where? I'm moving where? Where am I moving? This. So you did this. Is this good?
All right, I want you to watch this really slow motion.
No.
So I'm fixed it. Look, my back foot is more towards the goalie, is going to be moving back, right? Now I want you guys to watch the movement. So this body positioning low, I can run forward this way and I can run forward that way. So I'm in between. So I can make a run. If I get beat with speed, I ask him now, go. Okay? Look at what I'm facing. I am running with him right away because I'm there. I'm not giving him a shot anymore. It's critical that you guys understand that your body language is everything. Okay? Let's watch this fast one more time.
The problem? You see all posted.
Straight on.
He's like this. Where does this work? This is any guy who's as fast as him or faster than him, he can beat you anytime.
So before I go, I see that Kim is saying ideally you would have a cover as well. Yes, ideally you have a cover, but if you don't have a cover, Kim, you need to do the right thing. If you get caught one-on-one, this is the way you guys are supposed to do, because you can't overcome it and get beat and give the guy a whole goal. It makes it really easy for the forward to finish it to the corners. You don't want to give him the center. You want to lead him out to the corner, and so you can deal with him later, right?
If you're like that.
But ideally, yes,
So
pressure
what are you
cover.
different than you? Watch, this is what you're doing. So you first started like this.
Yeah.
I say turn, so you did this. Is this good? No. This.
So now I want you guys to see this. Now this right here, what he was doing.
Is this good?
So I'm asking, is this good? Why? Because if this guy does the same exact movement and he kicked the ball, beat me with speed, I need to turn my body. I need to do extra 2 steps to be able to run with him. And I'm not full speed right now, because he's already running forward versus I'm facing him. So you need to go sideways to be able to run both ways.
No. This. No. What is different now? So if you beat me with a move, I'm moving where? I'm moving where? Where am I moving?
You understand the idea? So this is critical that you guys understand that this is for every position possible. All right. Now let's go back to the drill. Now this exercise, there is 3 cones, actually 6 cones, 3 lines. One cone in here, the player passes the ball, gets the ball back, this defender defending him. He needs to do a move, but he needs to move the ball to the outside. There is 2 cones up there. He needs to shoot between the 2 cones, so it's a hard angle. We get in these angles a lot because all the defenders are in the center, so you can't go always center, right? You need to get in an angle that's sometimes tough. So this works on finishing at that angle. Second line, you run back, and these guys are kind of taking their time. I yelled at him in the practice to get it on him even more. I didn't get any of those videos. Sometimes the videos doesn't come in, guys. So they come back to the second cone. Second cone is defender passes the ball, defender steps. You do 1 touch to the side and shoot right away, and that's the turning shot. So you need to shoot right away. You don't have time to center your body. Shoot it right away and turn your body. And the third one, we make the keeper go all the way to the cone. And the third shot, so we're working on chipping the ball over the keeper. Okay? So 3 different shots, 3 different techniques.
Go.
You ready?
Go.
You ready? Lower body on top.
May move. Next.
So do you see that 2 cones? He's supposed to shoot it between them. So that's the challenge. Getting in an angle that is really realistic, because most of the time, that's what the defenders are going to give you from that angle. And you know what I want to shoot, right? If you come from an angle, what do I say? Back post. So he does the move.
Lower body on top.
May move. Next.
No.
I'm talking to the keepers, by the way, and I'm asking Gilberto his opinion on some of the things. Nick is set up. I think he's too high to set up. That's why we're trying to correct that as well. Next one, they go so slow because they went to another level of rec, semi-professional, I guess, because they want to come back walking back. First touch to the side. That's not bad. A quick shot, you don't have time. And the third one, the goalkeeper is up on the yellow cone and bomb over the keeper, and that's the drill. So you keep switching with the player.
You ready?
Go.
Watch.
Lower body on top.
May move. Next.
No. That's good. Lower body here.
Second one. 1 touch to the side. Shoot right away. Keeper gotta do better there. He needs to find the corner. Pass back, control, back spin. So it's realistic. It's more like it's not just standing and shooting. You need to be moving every single time. Do you understand?
You ready?
Go.
You ready? Lower body on top.
Control, do a move,
Next.
shoot between.
No. That's good. Lower body.
Second one again. 1 touch. 1 touch back, touch it to the side,
Finish on now.
shoot right away,
2.
pass back, touch to the side, and chip it over the keeper. It's the backspin ball that we need to be doing again, by the way, for that one. So let's see a couple different examples for that one. All right. He went front post again. Not a bad shot though. Touches this. Oh, not bad.
Should be a turning shot there. Let's go.
Yeah, turning shot more. He needs to turn his body, like Jeff said. That's actually a nice backspin though. All right. So that's the drill. I'm gonna be explaining something very critical for shooters. So like I have especially players like Sam in our club and Alex. They get in more one-on-ones than anybody in our club. Because they're fast, they're quick, they're strong, but they always look at the keeper when they're shooting. So this critical. Yeah, that first move. I trust me, Omar. I don't want those moves. I just told him to do a move. We work on moves. You guys know that we have moves that you guys can do. But he did that stupid, horrible scissors that I don't even know how that works out for him. But anyway, so in here, when you do a move, any kind of move, you get to an angle.
When I see the shot, the problem with the players, this is what Johan Cruyff used to say. Don't ever look at the keeper. Because if you try to beat the keeper, you're gonna, shoot the ball closer to the keeper. Look at the corner. Just look at the corner. So, if this is the keeper that I'm dealing with, right? Okay, if you can leave this perfect. So, I'm gonna be, if I look at the keeper and try.
Sorry, Gilberto. I know he was trying to teach him how to set up. Because, like I said, you can even see it right here. His setup is too intense, too high. And Gilberto is trying to help him out, like setting up a little bit lower and more bending his knees and getting more comfortable, more flexible.
Try to beat the keeper, I'm going to be kicking it closer to the keeper.
So look at that problem, right? Look.
Okay, so
If you look at a keeper.
If I look at the keeper and try to beat the keeper, I'm going to be kicking it closer to the keeper. Right? So, but if I am just like when I get the ball, if I'm only looking at the corner, that's going to be a little bit further than the keeper, right? So the idea is, when I'm going to shoot the ball, I don't look at you. The moment you look at him first, that's when you're failing. Look at the corner. Find the corner. That's a goal.
That's the second one even better, right? Inside spin. So the idea with this, guys, is like focus. So a lot of you guys might say, hey, if I look at the corner, goalie will go there. That's why you look at both corners quick. You look at both corners and you will recognize which one is more open. And at that point, you can look down to the ball again. And now goalie doesn't know where you're going to go, right? Like you just pick the corner. I always look at both the corners. If the goalie is giving me this, it's easy goal. But if he's covering the good, he can make a save here. Back post is always the better choice, right? So let's go with the slow motion here. I'm looking at the back post. Oh, you don't want to do the drunk slow motion. I'm staring at the back post, like not staring, but last second I look at it, I find the back post, and I'm focusing on that. That will keep the ball way away from the keeper. And spin right in the corner. I wish that he didn't touch that so we can see how beautiful of a goal it would be, right? So you understand the idea though. You look, you do that, you want to make sure that it's critical that you focus on the corners, not keeper. If you look at the keeper, like I give the example here, when I look at a keeper, I'm shooting closer to the keeper. Even though I'm trying to beat him, I'm shooting it closer to him. I looked at him and I'm trying to beat him, and that makes it closer to the keeper. So don't look at the keeper first. When you're going to shoot, look at the corners and pick the corner you're going to shoot. That's where you look at, and you will be scoring more goals if you want to be a top goal scorer. Alan Shearer, one of the best forwards in the world, also said things like that, as well as Klinsmann, Jurgen Klinsmann, about looking at the corner. They say inside netting. Look at inside netting. I hope you know what inside netting is, where it is. All right. So this next session is the same idea, but 3 cones, right? But this one is inside foot. I don't know why Hector did a laces shot here, because we cannot give good examples sometimes. But it's supposed to be only like so. You pass comes back, inside foot, aim it to somewhere, and then the second one you're gonna do only left foot shot, and then the third one you set up and right foot shot. It's a quick moving, rotating shooting drill. He did laces unnecessary. He could have just find the corner. Look at the corner right there. Nick is being super sweet about. Look at this. He's giving you both the corners, and you just want to shoot as hard as you can right to the keeper. Again, he's looking at the keeper, isn't he? He's not even looking at the keeper. He just shoots as hard as. Now he looked though. You see the difference? Now look. Now watch the difference between the 2 shots. He didn't look before he shot. This one, pass comes, he looked up. He find the corner, he went to the corner. Do you see that? How nice? And he's not a lefty, and that was a beautiful one, right? Always look up before your shot. Always look up. He's not even looking. After the shot he did.
Let's go.
Watch.
In for
He
the
looked up, find the back post, beautiful.
Boom.
Same thing, pass comes back. Inside foot, back post, beautiful goal again, by the way. You guys didn't see it.
Again.
In for
Power, unnecessary. Inside foot, right to the corner, you score a goal.
left foot. In for the kick.
Left foot, beautiful. Does he look in the third one?
High.
Yes, he does. He looked to the corner and go to the back post. All right.
Quick. Again.
In for the kick. Let's go.
All right. Next one, opposite foot. Now there's a little joke in here. Sorajit, I apologize from you, buddy, but there is a reason you're playing defense.
Yeah, that's definitely a good right back. Let's go.
But left foot, not bad. Look at that left foot, back post, beautiful.
Look at the corner. Look at
Back.
The, look at the corner.
Could be further, right? But the technique is not bad. Inside foot, you're just looking for the thing. From this angle, I would prefer back post here. From that angle, back post there. From here, you can go either way with the left foot, right? It's important that you guys, do it right. Okay, hold on. Keep watching. Oi!
Definitely a good right back.
Great right back.
Let's go. Nice.
That was a good one.
Man.
I like the bounce on that one too. See right here, why are you looking at the front post? You know why? Because he's looking at the goalie. He's looking at the keeper. He's not looking. If he looked at here, that's a goal just like Hector did, and it's a goal. Yes, by the way, I did have some good ones, but this is a good example to show some of the problems, right? So, any questions about any of these? These are simple drills. I want to make sure you guys understand that you guys can easily do these drills yourself. Easy sessions. We did work on shooting techniques in detail in some of the other videos. You can go back and look at those videos and really cover that areas, right? Any questions related to this, guys? Let's ask some questions now. And like Omar is right, that first move in the first shooting drill, he needs to do a better move than that, because that's not going to work in the game. Different locations. Jason is saying great drills, getting used to taking shots from different locations. Yes, different locations, different angles, and different techniques. So you work on a lot of different things in these. Even though this looks like a simple drill, it can get complicated, guys. Especially if you push it away from the goal more and more. The angles, you need to make it realistic. No, I hate drills that you just get the ball to your feet and then you just shoot where you are. And yeah, anybody can do that. Can you do that in the game? So that's why you need to make it game situation. You need to make the player move, and then increase the intensity. And believe it or not, I was really hard on them later. They were really picking up intensity, especially Rafa picked it up from super slow to went to another level. Oh yeah, for sure, Omar. When defending on the drills, you need to make it real for this work as well. But Omar, I'm okay when this is the first times they were trying. So we did this sessions. We did it like a 2.5 hour session. So, but these are the problems, right? We want to see the problems because a lot of the young players are going to be facing these problems. So we did slow motion to learn the drill first. But once you get the drill as a coach, once they get it down, you want to go more and more and more, and you want to make sure the defense gets better, offensive moves gets better, and that's your choice. The drill is there for you to adjust the speed of it and intensity of it. We give you guys good tools though. I did a session of shooting, what type of shots you can do. I did a session of moves, a lot of different moves you guys can do, and then Hector came up with the same side scissors. Let me fake it this way and go to that same side, which is not a good idea, right? I'll take a couple more questions and we'll be done, guys. Please watch the drills, Joe, like slow motion. Don't change it. Try to keep the drill same. And once they get it down, you can make adjustments to it. One of the cool thing about these drills, you can make different versions of it, just like I did. But just make them do it properly. So you need to understand it properly. So watch it a couple times so you understand it as well. So when we come back to soon, when the phase 2 starts, guys, we're going to be doing a lot of five-a-side training, and coaches are going to be doing some of these drills. So I recommend you start watching these drills, because you guys are going to start doing them and to perfect your accuracy and everything. Private message came to me. In a throw-in, the most important thing also, you do not lift up your foot. One of them, when you stretch back, you want to make sure both feet on the ground. That's critical. So if you want to do a long throw, you can do, usually players do 6 steps. They run. The last 2 steps, they start stretching, but they need to make sure that they end up together when they release the ball. Okay? And you cannot step into the field, so you need to get used to that. As easy as this looks, it's not that easy. And believe it or not, like literally in youth soccer in Washington State, that was a big percentage of the throw-ins to be lost to the other team. And one of the biggest thing in Europe, when you're playing in a pro level, you can't be giving away throw-ins. Like you need to, and if you're gonna do a long throw, then you need to make them give you another throw by challenging them to kick the ball out, right? So you want to make sure that you end up keeping possession of the ball in throw-ins. Don't give it back to them. And so many times we literally throw it so easy for the other team to defend it. I would definitely try to do this with your parents, with your players. Stretch your back. And remember what I said, it's all about your stretching your back. And it's not just arms, right? You need to make sure. And it's the same exact movement for headers, a good header. You need to make sure you bend your back when you do a header. All right, Hector, would you say that it's predictable to do the same drill when the defender knows what the offense is doing? Yeah, that's a good question. So if the defender knows, obviously now some of the drills, like the first move, Omar said that, but Omar, like if the player knows they're gonna go there, then we need to maybe first start them at 50%, right? And the idea is with that, because if he just jumps in there, he's like, oh, he's gonna shoot here, I'm just gonna run there instead of even defending him, then the player is gonna have a shot even before that. So you need to make it realistic. You need to make them defend it in a real game situation. What would you do if the player has a shot? You're not going to give him the shot, so don't run there right away, right? You need to make sure you correct it. So the Hector, if the player runs early, cut it back inside and take a shot from there. But most of the time, you're trying to shoot it from the angle that we are creating. Yeah, try to beat them for sure. But honestly, if some defenders thinking they're so smart, so they go there, oh, he's like, he's going to shoot between those, so I'm going to go there. So he's going to leave your shot open, just take the shot from there. That's why it's good to start with like 50% of defense to get used to that angles. The most important thing about this is the create the successful offense first and then challenge the offense. The setup is easy though, guys. It's easy for coaches. 3 cones like that, facing each other, very quick movement, and the next person goes. And then next time the partners come, they switch a job, right? So it's rotating fast. I would recommend 2 goalies because it's going to be a workout for them. The chip is very good. So the keeper gets caught there. So the keeper needs to work on backing up properly so he doesn't get chipped. Exactly. They need to act like they don't know. So they need to always act like the defender needs to act like he's just really defending the player. So defend him hard, but don't act like you, okay, he's going to go there. No, you don't know that, right? So, and if he does act that, Jeff, we just cut it back and beat the player easily to the center. Because if he gives us the center, we have a better shot. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'm gonna do a little feedback with the coaches real quick to see how they like this one. This was a tough session. This was definitely not one of those fun sessions we do, like skills is fun. Last week, like when we did that stuff with Rio and Hector, that was great. But this kind of stuff is a lot of accuracy, a lot of hard work. So it's definitely gonna be tough. All right, guys, thank you.